guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've got August beauty favorites for you today. I'm so excited for September. I love September. My birthday's in September. I love this time of year when you feel like it's appropriate to be productive and start things and do things. Alright, so if you're interested in finding out what my beauty favorites have been for the past month, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's start off with a few face products. This is probably no surprise to you if you saw this review, but the La Prairie, it has an excruciatingly long name, but I will just say it's their tinted sunscreen. What I'll do is kind of like link the video review of this that I did. I really love it. It's a lovely finish, and I feel like it's a 3-in-1 product. So if I'm in like need for something very quick, this is great. It's SPF. It has decent coverage, and I also feel like it has like skincare benefits. So when I use this, I don't use a primer, I don't use an SPF. I just throw this on and I'm good to go. And yeah, and it has just such a lovely finish, and I feel like if that's all I want to do, maybe throw on some lip gloss, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, I'm good to go. I don't have to like powder my face because it doesn't do anything weird like shift or break apart or do anything like that. So I really love this in general, and also for those days that I'm in a rush. So when I do have more time on my hands and I can kind of spend a little bit more time with my face products, I've been using the Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder Morning Aura Illuminating Cream, and this is like a primer slash moisturizer. It is, it has those illuminating properties where it has like little reflex in it, so it kind of gives you like a very subtle highlight all over, but it's also very, very dewy. It gives you, and I will quote Victoria Beckham on this, it gives you like a sweaty, sexy look. So if you are oily, I do not recommend this at all. But if you have dry skin and you kind of want to just look really, really super healthy, then this is the cream for you. And I've whipped this out mainly because the Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder collaboration is releasing for this fall very, very soon, and they have this in the collection again. So I have this, I have a backup, and so I thought, oh, well, if it's in the collection again, I don't really have to be stingy with it. So I whipped this out. I started using it a lot this past month, and yeah, and I just love it. It's so great, and it's perfect for, you know, my skin is already naturally sweaty, sexy in the summertime because it's so hot, but once fall comes, once the weather starts to turn cooler, this is great. It kind of keeps that glow going. So I love this, and I've been pairing it with the Glossier Skin Tint in, I have it in medium, because this is a nice sheer coverage, so it allows for that primer to kind of shine through, but this will kind of perfect your skin tone more than the primer will, because the primer has no coverage or anything. This is a very light coverage, very sheer. It's a very light formula as well. I don't know if you guys have tried this. It's very kind of, it's a little runny. It's very liquidy, and so you can just spread it around, and I just think it works really well together because, yeah, because this kind of does a lot for your complexion, and then this does a lot for like the coloring. And so, I don't know, I really like that combo. It's what I have on my skin today. And on top of that, what I will need sometimes is like a little thicker of a concealer. So since that skin tint is very sheer and that primer is very illuminating, I feel like if I do have any blemishes, they're kind of just shining through. So I've been using these two stick concealers a lot. So this is the Surratt Beauty concealer, and I have it in shade 3. And this I use around my eyes, which I have on today. And this has the most weightless feeling to it. It's, you know, it's a concealer, so there is coverage there, but it is like literally completely weightless. It's the most interesting formula. And then I have the Clé de Peau in Almond, and this is definitely too dark for my eyes. So anyway, I like to use this around my face. So I use it around my nose, and I'll kind of spot conceal any sort of, I don't know, freckles or sunspots that I have, or any sort of discoloration I have on my cheeks over here. So I've been loving these concealers, which have a little bit more coverage, and using it with these two kind of together. So this will give me a sheer kind of finish, a very natural finish, and then if I just want to kind of cover up those imperfections, I go in with these. And the next two things will be absolutely no surprise to you, but the Tom Ford bronzer brush, I love this thing. Absolutely love it. If you saw my, I think my Get Ready With Me, yeah, my Chatty Get Ready With Me, I use this. It's just amazing. To me, yes, this is a bronzer brush, but to me it feels more like a facial massage tool. It's just amazing. And I've been loving the Lila Bee Sunkissed bronzer. It is what I have on my face, and it's just a really lovely bronzer. This is like a lighter matte shade, and then this is a darker. It has like a nice pretty sheen to it. I just swirl the two together, put it on my face, and I think it's really natural. It's sheer, but it's definitely, I mean, there's definitely some pigment there. And this is probably like the warmest tone that I can go. But what I like about warm bronzers is if you're pretty generous with it on your cheeks, you kind of don't even need blush. So I don't have any blush on today. I just have the bronzer. I have some highlight, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, and I just love this. Oh, and I've been using it as my eyeshadow. So I'm using the light color sort of as like a quote-unquote transition shade, and then I'll use this darker shade just kind of closer to my lash line and on the outer corner. And that's what I have on my eyes today. It's just a super simple look if you want to do something kind of monochromatic in this bronzy family, then I think this is great. Bronzer, eyeshadow, and then I just deepen it up with some... Woo! I was afraid it broke. It's okay. So yeah, so what was I saying? So I use it as eyeshadow, and then I'll just sort of darken up my lash line with eyeliner. And then today I also used the By Terry Ombre Black Star in color number 13, Brown Perfection. And I use this just along the top lash line. It goes on, and then you can just sort of smudge it out with your finger, or you can take a smudger brush. And you don't have a really dramatic smoky eye, but you get like a nice sort of definition, and yeah, I just love it. So I've been using this quite a bit with the bronzer as eyeshadow, and this eyeliner is the one that I've been using a lot. I think I've mentioned this in a bunch of favorites, so I wasn't going to mention it today, but I may as well because it's sitting here. This is the Ardency In Monster eyeliner. And I remember Jaclyn Hill talking about this like last year sometime, and she said this was the only eyeliner that never really like smudged or moved on her. So I decided to get it. I got this brown color. I also have it in black, and it's the same. It does not like smudge or move on my eyes, and that's mainly my problem with eyeliner, that I feel like maybe I'll tight line, and when I blink, that tight line will like end up on my lower lash line, or underneath my lower lash line, I should say, and just look all smudgy. It's not cute. But this doesn't move. So this is, again, the Ardency In Monster in, I think it's just brown. What do they call this color? Coffee. This is in color coffee. So I've been loving this. And then I should mention the two highlighters that I've been using a lot, just kind of back and forth this month. So I'll mention this one because it's a little bit older. This is the Chanel Plissé Lumière de Chanel. This is the one, I think it's limited edition, or it was released and then it was re-released, so I'm not exactly sure the status of this highlighter, but I think it is still available on a bunch of sites, which I will link down below as I usually do. But this, yes, this is the highlighter I have on today. I just love it. It's not glittery in any way. It just gives you this like a really beautiful like pearly sheen with just a hint of warmth, which you can kind of see in the pan. It has just a bit of like champagne peachiness to it. So I love this. It's really, really pretty. The other highlighter that I have been absolutely loving, again, no surprise, is the Dose of Colors Mirame. And this is part of that Desi Katy collection. Beautiful, compact. And this is the one, I feel like every time I watch a YouTube video and people are talking about the highlighters in this collection, everyone is surprised that this is the color that they like a little bit more because it looks so deep and rich in the pan. But it's actually kind of like, this is weird to say, but this kind of acts like like pantyhose for your face. So it's a little bit more skin tone than Fuego, which is the other highlighter. And so this is, because it's a little bit more skin tone, it just gives your skin like just a really beautiful kind of glow to it, where the Fuego is brighter and it's like more disco ball-y. So this is, it's far from natural, I won't say that, but it is, because I think it's closer to kind of just like skin tone. It just works on a lot of different skin tones. Does that make sense? What are they? Okay, and the rest of the products I have are lip products, which is kind of weird for me. This lip balm, the Emile Cordon Cashmere On Lip Pot packaging, absolutely gorgeous. Glass, this gold finish packaging. It has a really sort of, I don't want to just say old, antique kind of logo and font, and it just looks very like apothecary, old time kind of packaging. Anyway, this was sent to me by the company to review, and I have extremely dry lips, so I was excited. I was like, give it to me, I want to try it. This is amazing. This is, most lip balms that I use, they'll either, I feel like, glue down my dry skin, you know, just sort of keep it in place until it wears off, and then my dry skin just sort of peels off, or I get these sort of lip balms that kind of like help my lips slough, so then I feel like I just have all this kind of like dead, this is so gross, but like dead skin just kind of coming off my lips all the time. I'm just sort of like picking them off, or like kind of trying to exfoliate them off my lips. This, I don't know what it does, but I will wake up, I'll put this on at night, I'll wake up in the morning and I just don't have dry skin on my lips. It's just gone. It's not like peeling off. I don't feel like I have to help it along in any way. It just moisturizes my lips. So I have been loving this, and this is in the flavor number 1 Lisa, which is a rosé champagne. I mean, like the scent, I don't want to say flavor because I try not to eat it, but it just, it's delicious. It's lovely. It smells great. I just love it. I just love these. So Emile Cordon Cashmere On Lip Pots. I also have been using this Bite Beauty lip primer, and I've had this in my collection for a really long time, but I just never think to use it, or I just think, ugh, is it really gonna help? You know, I got it and then it was like, you know, whatever. I can be lazy. But Risa Does Makeup suggested I use this when I was playing around with liquid lipsticks, and man, was she right. It makes such a difference. If you want to use a liquid lipstick, or if you want to use a matte lipstick, or something that you feel like dries out your lips, this one, and I bet other lip primers too, probably make a difference. But this one I have and I love, and it has like a really fresh, like most Bite Beauty products, it has a really fresh, almost minty scent. It's just really lovely. And when I put this on over liquid lipstick, and I don't like liquid lipsticks, I just don't. I don't like the formula. I don't like the way it makes my lips feel at all. But this helps tremendously. Not only does it put a barrier between your lips and the liquid lipstick, but it helps like keep moisture on your lips. It, I feel like, also helps the liquid lipstick kind of go on more smoothly. So this is almost like a pore filler for your lip. So this is awesome. It's good stuff. And of course, I don't know who isn't going to mention these in their August monthly favorites, but the Pat McGrath Matte Trance lipsticks. So the 3 that I have been loving is Obsessed, which is like that orangey red. I just love this color. I love reds with a little bit of orange in them, as you know, and this one is, you know, not shy about who it is, so it's just gorgeous. McNemone, which I knew I was going to love because it's a really beautiful dark color. I'm also obsessed with Kristen McMenemy, so yeah. So this is definitely a favorite that I've been reaching for if I want like a dark vampy lip, and 1995. This is my favorite nude of the collection. It's also the lightest, which is not that light. It's like a nude color if you're, I don't know, like if you've been making out all night with your boyfriend or something, like it's that kind of color. Like it's like a swollen natural lip color, at least on me. So I really like this 1995 color. So those 3 have been my favorite from the Pat McGrath Matte Trance lipsticks. So these last 2 products I've been wearing together, and I like the pair a lot. So I've been wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Hepburn Honey lipstick, which is this really beautiful nude lipstick. Gorgeous. And I've been slapping the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy collab lip gloss over it. And this is sort of what I was, I guess, kind of hoping the Dose of Colors lipsticks were going to be from that collaboration, but those are just way too orangey for me. So this has been sort of my substitute for that, and then slapping this on. Again, did I mention that's what I have on my lips today? And I just love it. This gloss is just, it's so cool. It's just a lot of fun without being like over the top or like just crazy or too ostentatious. It's just a really kind of fun, make your lips look just like they're ready to go out, like they're ready to have a good time. So those are this month's favorites. I hope you enjoy that. Please let me know down below what your favorites are. Let me know what I should be trying. I love hearing from you guys. And please give this video a thumbs up if you like these favorites videos. Please subscribe down below if you have not already. And I will see you in my next video.